FCL is a measurement of the total amount of pollution a water body can take each day and still meet water quality standards. Fecal coliform, high temperatures, turbidity, and pollution like mercury, oil, phosphorus, and PCBs can all affect how healthy a creek is for both wildlife and humans. Water quality tests are performed in creeks around Whatcom County to measure the amount of pollution in them. The rise in pollution is caused by many different factors: climate, stormwater runoff, pet waste, and industrial discharge. But one of the biggest sources of pollution in our urban waterways is you and me. Sometimes it's because we just don't know, and sometimes we don't want to change our old habits. Rainwater flows over everyone's yards and gardens into the nearest creeks and ponds before traveling to the bay. Park Creek, Hannah Creek, Fever, Lincoln, and Cemetery Creeks, as well as Scudder and Derby ponds, are all victims of our bad habits. It is our responsibility to ensure our creeks are healthy. People eat fish and crawdads from our creeks. Children play in them. Wildlife live in them. If we don't all do something to help our waterways, they could soon become a danger to wildlife as well as to humans. There's some simple things we can do to change this. Here in Whatcom County, we care about the beauty of this place, and it's up to us to do everything we can to keep it beautiful.
My yard is so wonderful. It's so green. And you know why? It's because I fertilize regularly. And that's the key. I use phosphorus everywhere. And liberally, too. I want it just as green as it can be. And I want to help my plants do their very best. So I use a lot of these products in my yard. And look at what success I've had.
Low dissolved oxygen levels can kill lakes and streams. Too much phosphorus runoff increases algae growth, which will eventually deplete oxygen, killing fish and wildlife. Soon you are barely able to see the lake water at all. Phosphorus from fertilizer is harming our lakes and streams. The truth is, in Whatcom County, we don't need to add extra phosphorus to our lawns. It occurs naturally in our soils in a way that is easily available to plants, but doesn't run off into our water. So don't use fertilizer with phosphorus wherever you live in Whatcom County. Don't do it, not if you care about this place. Creeks and streams in the Northwest don't have grass along their banks. They have alder, willow, salmonberry, and red flowering currant. That kind of vegetation provides food and shelter for the animals, and the streamside buffer provides shade. Shade keeps the temperatures lower and allows the fish to thrive. We get abnormally high temperatures in creeks when the trees and shrubs that shade them are removed. These high temperatures kill fish and aquatic wildlife, turning once healthy streams into waterways of doom. Doom. Doom.
I do hear that my grass and my lawn is amazing, and that's really what allows me to sleep at night and what gets me up in the morning. Well, as you can see, I mow 3 times a week, year-round. I constantly fertilize. I love living next to the creek, but I don't live in the forest, and I don't want to live in a log cabin. And I was told this was all trees before these lots were built, and if there were trees here, how could you see my beautiful house, and how could I see the lake, which adds to my property value? And additionally, without the trees here, I can see how many birds I have on my property.
When people first moved into this area, we didn't realize the importance of vegetative buffers on small seasonal streams. But now we know how vital they are. So sacrifice a little bit of your lawn. Stop mowing down to the edge of the creek and plant a buffer using native trees and shrubs. We can help you pick the right plants for the area and the wildlife. Fecal coliform bacteria comes from dog, cat, and goose poop. Don't fool yourself. Poop is a public health issue. For instance, Fecal coliform levels in waterways should be less than 100 colony forming units per milliliter of water. Here in the Fever Creek watershed in the Roosevelt neighborhood, that number is in the tens of thousands. Since local creeks are not considered swimming areas, warning signs are not posted, and creeks are not closed no matter how contaminated they are. But that doesn't stop local kids from playing in them, just like they've done for years. Just because you don't want to bend over and pick up your own dog's waste, you could be hurting people as well as other dogs.